It's a big drive energy. Monday morning, Players Championship, 3-hole aggregate. Look how many people are out there. How many people
Holy
just
shit, it's packed.
stayed throughout the
Everybody's
week.
staying the weekend or staying the Sunday night.
Incredible stuff from TPC, and I don't know, dude. I just feel like I saw a tweet yesterday that summed it up perfectly. It's like if Rory McIlroy wins this, he was supposed to, and if he loses this, everybody's just going to hate on him forever.
Oh yeah, it's a no-win for him for sure.
You still sticking with your pick, Rory by 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Spaun. I like the dark outfit early. Do I need to pause my TV for probably 10 seconds so we're on the same page here?
We'll once we get an actual golf shot, we'll dial that in here.
Okay. Well,
welcome. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
This is Big Drive Energy. Welcome to the coffee edition of Big Drive Energy. I'm sure this is definitely
I think this is the only morning pod we've ever done before. This is the first ever.
One of one. Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday on our show. The fact that we've never had do you think we could do an 18-hole live stream if we had a U.S. Open playoff? Go 4 hours?
Yeah, I think we could. I mean, I got plenty to say.
You got plenty of wind in those bags.
Spence will just be silent for 2 hours. Okay, Rory's just teeing his up right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to need to pause yours.
Okay, tell me when he steps back and takes his practice swing.
Okay.
He's like mid-practice swing on my TV right now, so.
Okay, he's checking the yardage book one more time like he doesn't know that hasn't played this whole 4 days in a row and thought about this all night long.
It's their baby.
Damn, I even have mine on actual cable. Okay, he's teeing it up.
Okay.
All right, hit play.
Okay.
Mid-practice swing. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no. Now I'm going to be behind you because it took me back like 3 seconds.
I think it actually might work out well.
We'll see. Okay.
He's taking his backswing right. Waggling it. Oh, now. Oh, and contact.
Okay, he just swung right now for me. So, ooh, that's perfect.
Loves
what a golf shot.
Oh, little sprinkler head.
Step up right in the middle of the day or middle of the day. First thing in the morning. Send one right down the middle.
Can we also talk about JJ Spaun and everyone freaking out about his ruling yesterday?
Yeah. It's not.
Remember when? Do you remember when we were coaching the high school golf team and that kid?
I don't even want to go through that again.
God,
that so fucking
let's
bad.
talk about this real quick. So this kid needed a ruling, and we step over there like I'm a PGA professional, act like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm like, you can't drop in the fairway. And this old guy just sunned me, and it was very uncomfortable. We just drove away.
And he said you should have gotten your lazy ass over to your fucking player then and helped him out.
Spaun hates it. Oh.
Well, as long as it's short enough, yeah.
Buried.
Looks like it's windy out there. You could see the rough moving. Good God, it's got to mean some fucking winds blowing around out there.
How many? I wonder if you got just a free ticket if you had a Sunday admission. If you get a free ticket to Monday morning. I don't think there'd be, if you could make it happen, I don't think there'd be anything cooler than showing up to TPC Sawgrass on a Monday morning and watching 2 players play 3 of the most iconic holes in the game of professional golf.
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely talked about the golf situation where it feels like nobody works anymore. Well, you definitely don't work if you can just stay another night on a Sunday to hang around for a couple more hours in Jacksonville and fucking watch the end of this golf tournament. Oh, yeah, it is blowing.
Oh, and they had to keep it looks like they kept the pins the exact same overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, they kept them in all the exact same spots. So, in all honesty, JJ Spaun's in the rough, definitely going to be laying it up. And Rory is in the driver's seat. But I honestly don't think that I would mind being in JJ Spaun's position because he's going to be first to play. He can play conservative and then kind of let Rory. I don't know. Obviously it's going to be revisionist history. If Rory hits a great second shot, then JJ Spaun would be like, I wish I could have seen that and tried to do something. But either way, JJ Spaun has been great around the greens this week. He's been great from 60, 70 yards and in. So I think wedge wise, he feels pretty good about if he needs to hit it out to 70, 80 yards and then try to get it up and down. So
Yeah, sometimes in match play, it really does help you out to be. I mean, it obviously always is better to be second because you know what you have to do. But sometimes in match play, you can really put the pressure on somebody by hitting a good golf shot. And it almost like this hole, Spawn's not getting to the green in two, but theoretically, he does something really well, or he hits it to a spot where he's probably going to make birdie. It puts a lot of pressure on Rory to try to hit the green and maybe go for it when he wouldn't originally. Like if Spawn hits this 160 yards out in the rough, Rory may think less, and he, I think the
definitely play more conservative.
one big advantage Rory does have here is the fact that he's European and played match play since he was a baby, since he was first playing golf. So it's definitely a different game. You can go out there and play stroke play, and it is essentially stroke play in this because it's a 3-hole
I was
aggregate.
going to say it is stroke play, though.
No, it is stroke play. But even Rory said in his interview last night, he's like, it's a 3-hole match. 3-hole match play.
Yeah, if you win two of the holes, unless the other hole you decide to make quad on, which is not out of the question here on these final 3 holes. But yeah, I think if JJ obviously is laying it up, if he can get it inside of 100 or so, but the tough thing is that pin is tucked so far right that you almost want to be up closer. And, it's just a very, very tough approach shot if you're not in control of your golf ball, if you're coming out of the rough. So he's going to try to get it short left so he has an angle to that right pin. But it looks like the wind is kind of off the right, maybe in a little bit and off the right. Maybe a little down and off the right, or just straight across. Now I'm trying to play meteorologist. It's not going well. But basically, if JJ's got to lay this up, then he needs to keep it in the left side of this fairway. Otherwise, he's going to have no shot at hitting that third shot close.
Well, and where this pin's at too, I think it actually benefits you to lay it up a little bit because then you can get yourself a little bit more on the left edge of the fairway. That makes this shot easier. And then it makes it easier to attack that right pin because you can just come into the middle of the green and let the wind kind of pull it and push it back towards that back right flag.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, he wants to be where he was yesterday, which is pin high left, even if you miss the greenway left, because you have all the green in the world to work with. And then you're chipping it back into the wind. So either way, he's, and it's also interesting too. He only has 217. Like, that's pretty wild. I thought he was going to have more than that because hypothetically, if you took a longer stick and even just tried to land it 50, 60 yards short and let it scoot up there. Yeah, I mean, he's got a longer club in his hand. I don't think he's laying this up.
Did you see that Rory McIlroy in the last 10 plus years has the lowest score to par on 16, 17, 18 at Sawgrass of anybody in the entire world?
Shit. I did not know that.
But he's only made birdie here once this week, which is pretty crazy. Oh, he's telling it to go.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God. I don't know what I guess he just missed it right. That's not a bad spot to be.
No, that is a good spot to play from.
Yeah,
now he's into the wind.
His butthole is watertight. Just absolutely.
Oh, dude.
Right when he hit that.
Those 2 seconds of the ball in the air, he's like, fuck, this could be over already.
Fuck, I've done it already.
All night, like you're fucking. Oh, look, he's kind of crowding Rory a little bit. Fucking get up in his kitchen.
He's almost blocking the cameraman. There he is.
Fucking make a little cameo in the camera.
Oh, that looks really good. No, center of the green.
It's a good golf shot. Yeah, so essentially Spawn's got to get that up and down.
Yeah, so now it puts the pressure back on
Back on
Spaun.
Spawn. Well, the wind just looked like it changed. I don't know if it's swirling in that little area. Oh, did you see, by the way, yesterday when they showed like the wind pattern in the stadium in 17? They were showing the wind from up above, and then they were showing how it swirls, and it was legitimately giving me an aneurysm. It looked like a fucking graphic of a tornado. It was like it's doing this up here, but then you get down here and it's doing this, and you get over here and it's fucking coming back this way. I was like, oh my God, get this off my television.
But, dude, it is crazy just watching the whole week with the wind on. You see on like 11, 10, 11, those where those flags are at, blowing like crazy, and then you get to some holes and the flags are dead. Like it's such a mind fuck. This course is already so difficult, and then you've got the blowing wind like it has been basically all week essentially. Saturday morning was a borderline tornado for the guys out there.
Yeah. Well, and if that wind switches straight down on 16, then I think it's straight back into him on 17. Like, I don't think even if Spawn goes one down here, I don't think he's dead.
No, I mean, we talked about it last night, just the finishing holes and now where this playoff is at. But the fact that hole you could have 6s in play and 2s in play, in every hole, theoretically that's the case, but no more than like if anybody's ends up in the drop zone, you're hopefully making 4, probably making 5. And that tee shot is going to have, and if you're JJ Spaun and you go one down at some point, or you go one down after this first hole, you have kind of the advantage because Rory on 17 specifically, because you have to attack it at that point. I think,
I definitely think though that you want to go second on 17. I think you want to see what the ball is doing in the air. Okay, so this wind is switched back for JJ. It's now pretty far off the right. This should be
back and forth. This should be a pretty easy golf shot for
all things considered. Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, he
left it way short.
Wow.
Not gonna love that.
Oh God, and that thing's a downhill left to right putt. The absolute hardest.
A right-handed golfer's complete nightmare.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, Rory doesn't have a guaranteed 2-putt here though, because we've seen the pace these last few days. It got a little slower coming down that hill, and obviously you don't want to get too aggressive with it.
Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone out there, by the way. You know what I was thinking is how lame is it that it's on a Monday and everybody's already celebrated? You had Guinness flowing in and out like a fucking kegerator over there on Saturday. And now it's St. Patty's Day's today, and it's already over.
Actually, Missy looked at me. Time for Roars to make some putts. We will see. Missy looked at me yesterday and she's like, you can go to like this Irish pub for St. Patty's tomorrow. I'm like, after this weekend, babe, I'm clear. I don't need to go celebrate anything today.
He's already stepping off of it. The wind is getting. What if he just putted it in the water?
I just thought the exact same thing.
He just blitzes one.
Fucking take a drop on the green. Oh yeah, big swinger from left to right. Yeah, I mean,
not bad. I mean, that's still some meat left on that.
He was aggressive. Yeah, it's not a tap in by any means.
This is what I love about golf and match play in itself is Rory had the extreme upper hand before he hit that putt. Now Spaun has the chance making probably 15, 17 footer. And now all the pressure's on Rory to make a 6-footer. It's just the way the pressure changes shot to shot in match play, and especially with players this good that can make any shot in the game work, you're never out of it.
Well, and I will say that Rory fully expects JJ Spaun to make this. because if any ounce of you expects him to miss this and then this goes in for him, you are so mentally defeated that you're completely taken out of what you need to do.
That's me in a fucking nutshell in match play. I'm like, I know I should expect him to make this, but there's no way he makes this, and then bang. It's
And
just the
then
worst
you're
feeling.
just a shell of yourself. You're fucking alligator arming it, standing over that putt like, oh my God, there's no way this goes in.
Yeah. And then I have a 4-footer, and I'm like, yeah, there's a 0% chance this is fucking going in.
And I also feel like in match play, it's kind of like, isn't it like what they say about foxes or some animals? They're more scared of you than you are of them. Like you always look at your match play opponent and you're afraid of them, but then you're trying to put on this facade like you're big and tough and like scared, or not scared. You're like fucking unbeatable, but then inside you're kind of like, oh fuck, like, all right, Spaun
Left it
left
short.
it short. My God. Well, let's go back to that putt going in for him, or not going in for him on 18 yesterday that he left 3 inches short. This could all be over right now. Like I bet
Yeah,
I wonder how long JJ thought about that putt that he hit. You never expect to make a 30+ footer, but when you get it right on line and you literally leave it dead in the heart of the hole, that shit will eat you up. That
Oh, yeah.
that's not something that you forget about just immediately.
No. And I wonder, pace-wise, what the greens are today compared to what they were yesterday. I mean, granted, we've only seen
they look a little
2
slower
putts.
because they're usually a little slower in the mornings when there's still some moisture in them and the wind hasn't dried them out yet. So, all right, Rory's got a little. It's that kind of one that can move a little bit on him. So we'll see if he knocks it in.
Bang. Got it. Up 1. So now, obviously, super conservative here for him at 17, middle of the green. See what happens in the air. It's like we said, it's cool for all the fans. Real quick,
Yeah.
How pissed do you think like Dan Hicks and Kevin Kisner are? They probably had fucking tea times today. Maybe at Sawgrass.
You never know. I mean, maybe they could tee it up this afternoon. They might just head right into the fucking clubhouse and then get out.
Dude,
of
is that the new lab putter that Spaun has?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one where you can grab the ball and not bend over? I literally had my guy that I give a lesson to the other day told me that he bought the lab putter 80% for that reason, because he didn't want to bend over. He's like, that's 18 times around that saves my back.
Oh my God. Well, do you know what he can do is get one of those grips with the little claw on them. Then you never have to bend over, even if it's in the hole. And that shit costs $10, not $650.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking is, does that lab putter fit in the hole?
No, fuck no. Look at that thing. It's a spaceship.
So what that guy's telling me is then he never holds a putt.
I was literally going to say he's only picking up his tap-ins, which, is fair. But I doubt.
I love it. I love a good rake.
Seeing that golf swing, I doubt he's got a lot of tap-ins. Let's talk about the lab putter real quick. I think there's 13 of them now on tour, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's taking over the tour." Like,
this is wild. Is this what you were talking about yesterday?
Yes. Let's show them spinning. So show the fucking. Good God, because it was even more intense. It feels like you're in an episode of The Bear where it's just things are fucking moving. Yeah, those wind graphics got me fucked up. Dude, there's so much going on.
Yeah, that's like a kind of a Severance thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that show is so fucking. We watched episode 8 and 9 of season 2 last night, and honestly, episode 8, I'm like, no, I won't give a spoiler, but I'm like, what the fuck was
waste
this?
of your time? And kind of 9 was too. Like Missy and I looked at each other like, you don't fucking learn anything.
Dude, you know what I said after watching episode 9 last night? I said, I don't think I'm smart enough for this show.
No, it feels like they're leaving shit out, and but you just got to wait. It's the typical 10 episode season where 8 of the episodes, or even maybe 9 of the episodes, are somewhat non-consequential, and then episode 10 just fucking thing after thing after thing just hits you right in the face. Okay, so wind adjusted about 140.
Brother, Rory just can't pull the trigger. Dude, I had that happen to me at League on Thursday night. Simulator fucking League. We played a pretty tough golf course with shit everywhere. I was Billy Horschel. I don't know where the fuck my ball's going. I backed off one. I couldn't pull the trigger.
Stepped off it. You got a gust in the sim.
Dude, it was so bad.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, looks like that's a fairly aggressive line.
That's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Ooh, holy shit. If those greens weren't soft, that thing is catapulting into the water.
Yeah, Thursday or Friday, that thing is one
or
hop
yesterday.
Into Ray's
delay. That's Augusta dipshit.
Yeah, I know. I was making funny.
Can we talk real quick about JJ Spaun's caddy looking like he's
look at him? Did you see that? You see JJ? Yeah. Oh, definitely. He's fucking Rory. What time do you wake up in the morning?
Definitely taking a peek at the bag. I bet Rory hit a knockdown pitching wedge there, I would assume.
It said he had 9-iron.
9-iron?
That's what it said.
For Rory, that's like a chippy 9. That's a small 9. That's got to make me think I'd be chipping a 7-iron, which is fucking unsettling into that green. If he's got 9, I would assume Spawn's got to have 8. But there, in my opinion, like wind into your face, for those of you who don't know, always hurts more than it helps when you're downwind. Like a 15-mile-an-hour wind in the face is probably like he's got 8.
Oh, wow. It's got to cut a lot. Oh, it kind of is.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, it's over.
JJ.
Oh, man. Mr. Spaun.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. His cat. Do you think do you think he literally saw what Rory hit and then decided
totally
off that?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you and I do a lot of the times. I feel like
dude. And it felt like the wind maybe died a little bit on him.
Dude, did you see the flag was going left and almost behind him?
Swirls in that area. Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Wow.
For Spaun. Yeah, he's in shock. Like, I think they were just really leaning on that wind being strong, and it just died on him. Oh, dude, and that was like not right over the flag, but that was on a great line.
Yeah,
that sucks. And see, I was just saying that Rory had the disadvantage by playing first there, where Spaun would have an advantage, but then that can flip flop where if you're solely basing what club you're hitting off of, what your fucking playing partner does, and then the wind changes, your host.
Yeah, I mean that. I guess flew by 2 to 3
yards,
but
yeah.
Well, and they talk about this, and you can't really get into the players' emotions and adrenaline, but a lot of times in this stuff, they're hitting it further than they normally would because of the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that's very true, and you do have to mention that Rory's been in this position a lot more than JJ Spaun has. Like Rory's probably a little bit more calm. JJ's definitely more amped. And in all honesty, I could see him hitting this one in the water. I mean, this is or leaving it 60 feet short. Like this is just a really tough shot. And he's kind of downwind now. Not a great angle. Down off the left.
Yeah, the way the wind is just whipping around there has got to be a mind fuck.
Yeah. It's not a good spot. Oh man, I feel for JJ. The fucking he's got to feel so defeated right now.
Yeah, I wanted somebody to win this tournament, not lose it.
Yeah, not just lose it. What a bummer.
I guess. I mean,
they're still hypothetically.
There's still room on 18. You know, the 18 is a hole where you can easily make a 6, but
he's got to get this. He's got to
he
make
has to get
bogey
it up and
here.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. To have any chance, and then he's got to hope Rory just hits a terrible tee shot on 18.
Just hits a tee shot like 11 at Augusta. Get me kicked out. Get me kicked out of the players, damn it. Kick me out.
Sniper. Give us a number. I think it's about 90.
Yeah, this golf shot's not easy. This is just not easy in these circumstances, especially.
How many amateurs
I'd be hitting
chunk
this
this straight in front of them into the water?
90%.
90 yards. Looked like a pretty aggressive swing at a 60 degree.
Oh, God.
Oh, and then he's just got to be so pissed off. They need to do something about that collar. Like, how many balls yesterday just situated themselves right up against that collar?
Well, I think they do that so that the ball doesn't spin back into the water. You'd rather have that than every ball spinning back into the water.
It's clearly like sloping right up against that collar, and that collar is like 1.5 inches tall. So, yeah, I think I wonder if Spaun's more pissed at himself or pissed at his caddy.
Dude, that's what I'm wondering, because his caddy had that other club out of the bag, and you wouldn't have another club out of the bag just to like point at a line or pick a spot. I feel like he could just do that with his, he could just hand it out. But I think he had that other club in his bag, out of his bag, because he wanted him to hit it.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for JJ. Like, 17 is just so tough because he is so worried about hitting it online, getting it on the right side of that green. And then he hits it fucking right over the flag and it's 10 yards deep in the water. Like, that is tough, man. You got to think that I think JJ could have played less aggressive on 17 if he would also birdied 16. But you kind of go back to him already being a shot down, and it just was kind of a green light for him. He's like, well, it's a 140-yard shot in a vacuum. I'm a PGA Tour player in a playoff. I can hit this close from fucking, even if you give me a 15-yard wide green, a 15-yard wide circle to hit it into, I think I can stuff it. So, but I think the wind just switched on him, dude. I think the wind died hard, and there's really nothing you can do at that point. That's just really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder how aggressive that play was. Like him taking 8. I wonder if it was just a matter of thinking that was the safest play, or actually trying to be really aggressive and get something back in that little swell area to try to force Rory to have a little pressure on him for the putt and try to make 2,
I mean, he definitely thought it was going to be past the hole. Like, so I think he's honestly trying to play conservative because he wasn't trying to get cute with it. Oh, fuck, JJ. Now he's going to have 10 feet for double.
Yeah, you just feel for him here. Like, even though Rory people love to shit on him, I would have felt bad too if he'd like if he was even or down 1 going into this hole and would have rinsed one. It would have been like, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't think Rory feels bad for anybody though. He's too worried about just trying to win himself,
No, yeah, and if barring something insane happening here, this will be Rory's 2nd win on American soil before the Masters, which has never happened before. Kind of insane to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And two tournaments, 2 signature events. So he's cleared probably close to 9 million, 8.5 to 9 million in 2 events, which is more than some guys make in a 4 to 5 year PGA Tour career. Most guys, really.
God, where's he aiming this putt?
Dude, I love the That was a
Ooh.
good roll. Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's not good when he does the club holster. Watch.
Oh, well, yeah,
Oh, he
you
already had done
immediately
it.
know when I don't think he could hit that much softer and keep it online. He doesn't blame the caddy now, but when he sees the tape replay, he will. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they
I
had the
think the
right
caddy,
idea. I think the wind just died.
I don't know. I think the caddy may have had 9 in his hands. I think the caddy may have kind of wanted him to hit that.
Yeah, and I think taking less loft on that approach shot is kind of underrated as well. Not underrated, but not really thought about. Where if you're hitting an 8-iron, it is going to travel through the wind even better than Rory hitting a 9-iron. Is the wind's going to hit it a little bit more. So
Well, and I think when we saw JJ Spaun looking over and seeing exactly what Rory was hitting, I think that was almost a mind fuck for Spaun because he knows Rory's one of the longest players in the game, and he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is he hitting 9 from here for?"
yeah,
Uh,
hook in there. So JJ makes triple.
Yep, 6
God.
is in play. I said that. Unfortunately, it was just for the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, we had a feeling somewhat that this was coming, and yeah, I think JJ definitely was affected by what Rory hit. And I think it's one of those two where if you look in Rory's bag and you see the club and then you just disregard it, if you were to hit a bad shot after that, you're like, what the hell am I thinking? I see that Rory hit 9-iron and I'm still grabbing a 9 or whatever, and I know he's longer than me.
Yeah, it almost would have benefited him to not do that, I guess, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe it did give him an idea, but I don't know. Looking back on it, hindsight's of course 2020 in the game of golf and in life, but I don't know. Maybe he should have just played it the way he played. I mean, they've played this whole 4 days in a row. Oh wow, that makes it so much worse.
Rory with a 3-whacker.
That makes
Well,
making 6 just feel god awful for JJ. Even
yeah,
5, and it's a 2-shot gap.
But I don't even think Rory could have putted that thing closer if he wanted to. I think that was legitimately the best he had from there. He basically fucking breathed on that thing. Oh,
Yeah,
JJ.
basically all Rory's got to do is put the ball in play here, and as long as it's not wet, it's pretty much over at that point. I guess the approach shot's tough too, especially Rory, a guy that moves it right to left, water all down the left of a hole. It's definitely in your mind a little bit.
Honestly, I think Rory feels more comfortable standing over a tee shot with water on both sides than standing over a 5-foot left to right putt. He's just so automatic with the driver. He's one of the best drivers of the golf ball, probably in history. So this is not a guy that you're leaning on hitting it in the water. You'd rather see Jordan Spieth on the tee or probably anybody else on tour rather than Rory at this point.
Yeah.
So 18 is going to be basically all the wind off the left, which is Rory's probably going to aim up the left center and try to hold something up against it. He's hitting driver still, though. That seems a bit aggressive.
Dude, you can't change your game plan.
I
They have a
understand,
game plan going into this.
but dude, if he starts it, if he starts it too far left and it ends up in the hazard, then he's dropping back on this tee box.
What a terrifying tee shot.
Oh my God. Yeah. Into the wind off the left. I would hit this into the grandstands right.
I might clear the
Easily.
grandstands right, to be honest.
This looks like one of the most intimidating tee shots I've ever seen.
This shot will tell you a lot about where Rory's confidence is at right now.
That's right.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God.
Is that going
Yeah.
down the road?
It's hard to say. There's just a gaggle of people. Real quick, I just saw a hockey jersey or a hockey sweater in the crowd. I saw a lot of hockey sweaters and NBA jerseys on St. Patty's Day. Is that a new thing? Like, I saw a couple of LeBron James high school jerseys, which was actually dope. I was like, that's sick.
Well, yeah, didn't it say Irish across the front of it? That's
Yes.
probably why.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, everybody had green hockey jerseys or green. I saw
Oh God. Oh my God. That's a Spencer drive right there.
well, yeah, with the way he flew the fucking gallery. Don't you
Yeah,
just love when people stand right where a ball is supposed to land and have just zero awareness of where the fuck they are?
yeah,
It
just
never
ready to
ceases
take
to
one right
blow
off
my
the dome.
mind. Yeah, never ceases to amaze me. Well, at least Spaun stepped up and hit one in the fairway.
At least he really left no doubt who should win this 3-hole playoff.
I mean, if I was Spaun, I'd be like, fuck it. I'm hitting a 30-yard cut, aim it over the water, and just hit that bleeder.
Yeah, it is a little shocking that I mean, it's easy to say, but you're down 3. You
Yeah.
got to go. There's no, yeah, he isn't a drawer of the golf ball. We've seen that all week.
You
So
go
it's kind
full
of
tin
surprising.
cup here.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that because at that, like I said, you're down 3. At this point, it doesn't matter if you lose by 5, by 7. You got to go for it. And it looked like he was starting it straight down the center of the fairway.
Yeah, he looked a little scared. And that's probably just how scary that tee shot is. It doesn't matter if you're down 3, up 3, you want no part of that hazard on the left.
No.
So now even that much more, how much is JJ kicking himself for leaving that putt on 18 short yesterday?
Oh yeah, just I mean, I wonder how many times he replayed that in his mind of just taking the putter back probably what equates to a half an inch further.
Yeah.
Just the margins are so slim in this game. Yeah, I'm so curious. Like, not that I want to hear his post. I mean, I do want to hear his post round presser, but I'm curious as to the decision making that went into that golf shot on 17 in the club selection.
Yeah.
Because also, I feel like there's players that I feel like if you're a better player like a Rory, yes, you trust your caddy. That's why you pay them and have them on your bag. But at the same time, sometimes when you've won a lot before, you just let your game take over and your mental ability to, like, I
Yeah,
don't
you're
care
not
what he
leaning on
thinks
your
I'm.
caddy probably as much.
Yeah, but a guy like JJ Spaun, especially if you have a more experienced caddy, you're like, well, maybe I'm going to trust this guy and see what happens.
Can we talk real quick about how I just thought about this? 16 and 18 on this golf course are built for drawers of the golf ball. So Rory had a distinct advantage right there, right off the bat, because that tee shot on 16, JJ loses it right, ends up laying up. And then, 18, obviously, oh God, JJ's got a window, but you got to go for it, man. You got to try to make birdie.
Yeah, you
There's
got
no
to go
sense
up and
in.
over it. Rory's has to hit it out to the right or to the left,
No, I
excuse me.
think JJ will go underneath and try to fade something into the neck of it.
You think so?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he's got a low window. He's probably got 220 yards. He could probably punch like, well, I don't know if he can keep 5 wood that low. JJ's caddy's just been working his ass off, getting him a number over there.
I'm a Pythagorean theorem kind of guy when I'm that far over. Usually I'm in a cart, but I'm shooting the center of the fairway and then or going to the cart and then shooting the cart and then doing some math.
That
The
is
old A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
oh yeah, I'm sure you're doing that math in your head.
Just just to give me a general idea.
Okay, it looks like he's got maybe a driving iron. He's got 220.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna flight cut one. Just hold off the finish.
That's probably
he topped it.
Oh my God.
I mean,
this guy's gonna wish he's just gonna fucking flush this one out and move it along.
Rory just blasts this into the water.
I was just thinking the same thing. Just hits one 150 yards into the middle of the lake. Like, this is not an easy shot.
Just hits it right where JJ is.
Yeah, a good caddy would be out on the make a deal with the grounds crew to be out on 17T at 5-6 a.m. I don't think Spaun's caddy's got that kind of pull. I bet Rory's caddy does, if anything, but Spaun's caddy's like, I don't want to give away my whole fucking check this week trying to make a deal with the maintenance crew.
Let's get a real close up of this top. I don't know.
It almost looked like it dove into like the grass in front of him. Yeah, there's a little.
Well, it hit the pine straw. That's why I said he topped it.
Yeah, no, I know, but it looked like immediately like 6 inches away from the ball, it looked like it caught something. Because it didn't look like he actually like topped it off of contact.
No, seeing the replay, he definitely didn't. It just maybe he just wasn't totally bought in on making that swing, which that's what kind of sucks right now is even after, you're down one going into 17, you're still okay, but you got to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to win. You're already down one, and even going into it, looking back at it, going into it, you're the severe underdog. I mean, I know we talked that he was only plus 130 and Rory's minus 165, but like in order to win, as you got to take some chances and be a little bit more aggressive with it, I think, being JJ.
I agree. I think he'll look back on this playoff and want to have some do-overs for sure, but that's golf. You really don't know how you're going to react in this position until you're here. By the way, the fucking sports books got to be losing their ass. How many people? I don't think a single person bet JJ Spaun. With those odds, like I said, Rory should have been minus 250. The fact he was only minus 165, I guarantee you 80 to 90% of the handles on Rory.
Oh yeah, there was a big Spaun fans in Vegas. Oh my God, he rinsed this one.
It's hanging.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's going to have that 90-footer that Rory had to two-putt to get into the playoff yesterday.
Oh, this poor guy, you can just tell how defeated he is. His caddy just is such a goober. His face has just been bugging me. It looks like a dude he pulled straight out of a cubicle and was like, fucking carry the bag for me.
Who's Rory's caddy? Is that a well-known dude?
I think it's Jamie Diamond. It's one of his like buddies. They've known each other for a while, but he definitely, I think he was his manager. He had some sort of executive role with Rory, and it's more of like a buddy relationship. It's definitely not a caddy.
What did you say his name was?
I think it's Jamie Diamond.
Harry Diamond. The greatest name of all time.
Fucking. Oh, yeah, that's a golf shot. It's not going to get back there, I would assume. Oh, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Rory McIlroy's caddy is one of his childhood friends, Harry Diamond. They joined forces in 2017 before the WGC Bridgestone Invitational and have been together since.
That kid does not look Irish. I don't know if he's Irish or not. I assume he is if they're childhood friends, but he looks like tan. He looks like he's from Florida. Speaking of caddies, did you see that Matt Fitzpatrick canned Billy Foster this week?
Yeah, Billy Foster seemed kind of bent up about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Fitzpatrick, they won a major together. I mean, I don't know. All of a sudden, I think he maybe was just shrapnel in what is fucking Matt Fitzpatrick just playing bad golf right now.
Yeah, I mean they won a U.S. Open not
Rank
2
the
years
different
ago.
playoff structures. I hate the 3-hole aggregate personally. I I mean the 18 holes got to be A1 at the US Open, the 18-hole playoff.
No, I'm gonna go against my boy Greggy here and say that this is perfect because this is like an hour's worth of golf. It's not a full 18 holes. It's not a full one-on-one 18-hole match play where things. I mean, can you imagine if this was the case? Granted, if they start out in one, it's probably a different story. But I mean, fuck, Spaun could be down 16 shots at this point. You know,
Yeah, that's
I think to me 3 holes is, and especially at a place like this, par 3, par 5, par 4. I think that's a perfect kind of middle ground of like, hey, we get to play more than just a sudden death. You hit one bad shot and it's over, but it's not play 18 straight holes 1v1. I personally think this is the best, then the 18 holes, then the 1 hole sudden death.
yeah, like if Rocco Media would have lost by 25 to Tiger in 08, I think everybody would remember. It wasn't super close, but I think everyone would remember it. Otherwise, like, yeah, 18 holes can get out of hand pretty quick if one guy has the upper hand and one guy doesn't.
Yeah, this would be, we would have ended the stream by after 3 holes if this was the
we could have ended this after 17, but figure at this point we're so close, might as well let him get into the
pot committed
clubhouse.
here.
Oh, JJ.
I mean, most likely JJ is going to go 6-6-6.
That's not a good omen.
No, that's not going to win you anything in a golf round of 3 holes.
One of the worst parts, I think, for JJ Spaun,
or excuse me, 5-6-6, 5-6-6. It felt like a bogey on 16.
Yes,
judging by how easy of a hole it's been all week, and he's made 3 out of 4 birdies all week and gets in a playoff and doesn't.
What I will say though is JJ probably had the best golf week of his life before today. He's never been in this big of a spot on the PGA Tour. Had to feel so fucking good about his game. And does this playoff just wipe all of that out? Does he, obviously in the bank account, the net positive is going to be very big. I think he's still making over $2.5 million. But other than that, like for his game, do you feel better or worse after this playoff? You know, you almost just got to rinse this shit out of your head and just pretend like it never happened. And you just had your highest finish at a big event.
Yeah, I mean, it depends upon the light you look at it in. If you're a glass half full kind of guy, and this is a glass half empty on Rory's side, he had a 3-shot lead going into 15 yesterday and didn't win the tournament in regulation, had to come back out. Like, Rory's got to feel good, and I think Rory looks for anything to feel good, as most professional golfers would. But I think for him, I mean, he's going to go birdie. He's going to go 1 over in this 3-hole aggregate stretch and win. So, I mean, he's going to feel good about winning the Players. He's won twice already this year. After all the debacle on Wednesday and everybody talking shit and people just getting in his head, clearly, not spectators getting in his head, I think that he's going to feel good about winning the Players for sure. But at the same time, JJ Spaun, if you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I had the lead going into Sunday, I kind of blew it, but then I was 3 shots behind Rory McIlroy and ended up forcing a Monday 3-hole aggregate playoff. You got to feel pretty good about that. You know, you didn't play your best in 3 holes and you lost to maybe right now the best player in the world. Like, Scotty Scheffler is not the best player in the world right now. Official world rankings be damned. And it's definitely not Joaquin Niemann either, according to Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, but Phil's sipping some of that live juice.
He did kind of try to qualify it later and said, just joking around, with some thumbs up on Twitter. So, you know, he was taking some serious heat.
He was probably too busy gambling on fucking conference championship Sunday. He's like, I don't need this Twitter spat.
Yeah, I think JJ's got to feel and I guess the other part too is he said he had some confidence. He expected himself to win. Every professional athlete's got to have that level of confidence, but I think it helps that you're losing to Rory McIlroy in this case versus if this was Bud Cauley and you lost to him in the playoff, you'd be like, wow, I just missed a really fucking good opportunity.
Hey, don't take any shots at Bud Cauley. Short Kings. Short Kings need their fucking love too, dude. I mean, Rory and JJ, neither of them are big dudes.
No, I think that's the most mind-blowing thing about the PGA Tour in general is once we got out there and watched, covered some events live and we're at the Waste Management and stuff, like seeing how small guys like Rory are and Justin Thomas is a midget. I mean, these guys are tiny. Akshay Bhatia probably weighs 114 pounds.
Dude, when I was at the Travelers Championship, Akshay was on the putting green, and I think if he turned sideways, he would have disappeared. He was legit like hard to see because he's that fucking skinny.
Can you hear anything of what Rory's saying right now or no?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be such an odd feeling. That was me in my men's league golf on Thursday night is I played straight up against this guy. And I think we were both like 2s or 3s for the 9-hole handicaps. And I think he shot 51. So I just coasted. I made a few bogeys, few birdies, but I just coasted my way through it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Smiley with JJ.
Let's listen to some of this.
You're going to have to relay it to me. My sound bar is off and I don't have the remote.
Well, why don't you shut the fuck up then?
Got it. Great podcasting, by the way. If you guys are listening to this on the audio version, we appreciate it. Everybody that's tuned in this morning, thank you. Give us a thumbs up on your way out if you're watching on the YouTube. We appreciate all the love all the time. It's fun to get up and do that. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Did get a workout in this morning, no big deal. Well, give us some fucking insight here, pal.
Well, he's still talking about a shot on 17.
What did he say?
He said he was committed to that club. He said he thought it was in the front bunker at first.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he did not think he fucking cleared the green by a handful of yards. So I think that once again the wind just died on him and he had no clue. Just a bad luck non-gust. Yeah, and he's talking about taking some confidence away from, still having this high of a finish at the Players' Championship, making it to the playoff. But yeah, Smiley asked him about the shot on 17, and he said he was committed to that club. He felt really good about it. He said he hit it really well, and it just didn't work out for him. So I wonder going back if he would change something or if he would just hit the 8-iron again and hope that the wind actually hits it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he said he thought he was in the front bunker when he cleared the green by a healthy 3 to 4 yards, that's a 30-yard difference.
Yeah.
25 to 30-yard difference. So, I mean, that's just either maybe a missed club off the bat, or he was comfortable with the club and just misplayed the way he was supposed to hit that club. Because I guarantee you he hadn't hit 8-iron there all week. It was probably 9 or wedge. And especially with the green being harder early in the week,
sometimes gap wedge. Yeah, if that hole's front left, that's a lot of times a lot of dudes are hitting gap wedge. And I think one other underrated thing about 17 is the fact that the wind feels so much different on Rory won, for those of you who are not able to watch it on TV right now, won pretty handily. But I think the difference is with 17 is you can feel so much of the wind, or a different wind on the ground than there is up, 100 feet in the air where you're hitting the golf ball. So they could have really felt it on the ground. Like it feels like it's nothing but straight in. But then you saw the flag swirling, Spencer. You said something on 16 where all of a sudden the flag's coming out of a different direction than it was 10 seconds ago. So you never really know what the wind is doing up top. You're making your best guess at it. and obviously JJ guessed wrong along with his caddy, but that's just an unfortunate break, especially like that is one of the most defeating golf shots is when you're worried about one thing and you're so worried about one thing that another thing happens and you're like, holy shit, I didn't even have that in my mind. Like there's a bunker short right that's dead and you're so worried about missing that you end up fucking doing something even worse. It's just, I'm sure the wind was just taken right out of his sails at that point. But
well, the wind was put into his sails, thus to take it out.
he needed more wind in his sails to fucking keep that ball on the green that he did not get. So
yeah, no doubt. Well, this week coming up on tours, you see there if you're watching Valspar Championship, Mitchell will be on the grounds, boots on the ground for the Valspar Championship next week, Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm sure you're going to have a great time out there. We'll be back with another episode of Big Drive Energy Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Come join us in YouTube. Give us a thumbs up on your way out. Follow us on all the social media at Big Drive Energy and Big Drive Energy Golf on Instagram. We appreciate you all tuning in. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. Enjoy your Monday. We'll talk to you Wednesday. Peace.